Shalom Markins will come back from Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Chakodash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles, the GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. It's going to be based off this short video that sent here with the elder brother Require Kwam, right? Showing you, what these other nations think about you, so-called white people, man, you Edomites, okay, that rule the earth, right? And how you go around imposing your will on others, man. In the guise of this democracy, which is supposed to be fair for all, right? We know it's not how it really is, right? And these other nations, man, they know you're full of shit, right? Because your history speaks a whole different thing, man. Okay, your actions in the world speak a whole different thing than the things that you talk about. The words of their mouth are smoother than butter, softer than oil, but in their hearts with drawn swords, man. And that's all you've ever demonstrated in this world. Okay, you talk the talk, you talk the slickness, you talk the devil tongue, right? You talk the serpent tongue. Okay, but you ain't you ain't doing nothing but really destroying things, man. Destroying people, destroying people's lives. Okay, that's what you're really doing, man. And these nations know that, but they just, they're kind of in a weak position, so they have to put up with a certain amount of your shit, man. But you got some leaders or some people that, don't really want to play ball, but we know what ends up happening to these types of dudes, man. Eventually, they get deposed, they get they get unelected, right? They get coups rise up in their country, civil unrest in their country, and the next thing that's what these Edomites do, man. Divide and conquer and all those types of tactics, man. And so guys like this probably won't last very long in the office that they hold or whatever, man, because the US have got something to say about that. They'll rise up some other clown, some other puppet, and to take his place, one that's more agreeable with the US and Europe and Esau in general, right? But anyway, let's play this video. I'm gonna grab some scriptures, man.
A country that has toppled so many governments in Africa, that has led so many coups in Africa and other parts of the world. A country that has killed so many of our leaders in Africa and other parts of the world. The killers of Patrice Lumumba, those who toppled Kwame Nkrumah, those who killed Nasser, those who killed Muammar Gaddafi, today are coming to teach us about democracy.
That's a hypocrite. That's a hypocrite right there, right? Okay, which is the point of this video, man. You're gonna grab. Let's grab it now. Grab the scripture now. Joel 20 and verse 5 says, verse 4, right? It says, "Notice now not this of old, since man was placed upon earth," right? So this is a known thing, right? That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Now Esau in his little season right now of rulership, right? But he's declining, and the world can see that. Everyone knows it. He's declining, right? His time is almost up, and that is why he's trying to put his new world agenda in position, in force. Right, that's why he's racing to do digital currency. That's why he's racing to get the RFID out there developed and get people to adopt it. Getting rid of your cash. That's why he's taking away all your possessions. Right, that's why he's messing up all the food supplies. That's why World War III is on the horizon. He's doing all this stuff, man, because he knows he has a short time. His time is running out. All right, because it's only for a moment. And he's trying to elongate that. He's trying to extend that time, which he can't. He can't surpass the bounds that he was given. All right.
A country that today are coming to teach us about democracy. A country that has been built on brutal force,
America,
on enslavement of other human beings,
right,
on the humiliation of Africans, the exploitation of Africans, the plunder of Africa, today is coming to teach us about democracy.
Good job.
If you have no respect for the dignity of others, if you have no respect for the sovereignty of other countries, you cannot claim to be a champion of democracy.
100%, right? And then, but these guys, they're the authority on everything. They're the peak on head of all these different movements and whatever, man. Whether it be nuclear power, these men get to decide who gets to have nuclear power and who don't get nuclear power, but they're the only ones that ever drop nuclear bombs on anybody. You see what I'm saying? It's hypocrisy, man. And these devils, it's devilish. These devils, man, they need to be destroyed. Okay, these hypocrites, well, like I said, the triumph of the hypocrite, or the joy of the hypocrite, is but for a moment. I mean, they're going to be brought down and destroyed. It ain't going to last, man. Esau's rulership is not going to last. Okay, it's disappearing as we speak, right? Just that Esau don't see no one out there that can challenge his power. So Esau kind of proud. Well, he's been proud, but he's proud to the extent that he don't think he can be taken out of power. Ain't nobody out here big enough, strong enough to take him out. Okay, but the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right, is coming for you, man. Okay, and you ain't nothing but a fucking insect, less than an insect to the Lord. He gonna take you out, man. Right? But before he does that, man, he's gonna use these other nations to rise up against you, man. Because let me get it. Oops. It's Obadiah 1, verse 1, right? The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. You Edomites, because you Edomites are in power. Okay, this is the wicked. This is what the earth's been given into the hand to, these Edomites. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? Edom is in power, is in possession of the earth right now. Right? The so-called white people, right? The red man, Edom. Right? It says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord. Yeah, the rumors in these scriptures. Right? It says, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Okay, the Lord is raising up these nations against you, man, because they're fucking pissed off with you, man. They're fed up. Just like we're fed up, but they're fed up, man. Of dealing with your bullshit. Dealing with your hypocrisies, man. Right? People have already been playing your game because they had no other options, man. But now the Lord is creating options. Okay, in the form of Russia, China, these BRICS nations, they're allying themselves with other nations that are becoming stronger and able to resist, the Anglo-American empire. All right. So, like it goes on to say, it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Okay, they are despised among the heathen. Right? And not liked, right? So the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, right? Because like I said, you're in such a power seat and you control so much of the world economy and all this and that. You got the world's greatest army, military, NATO, right? You got all of this, right? And there's no realistic possibility of any of these nations rising up and taking you out. Not unless they all band together. Avengers Assemble, right? They have to band together. Help each other out. Okay, and Russia's played a big role in that. Okay, pursuant to Ezekiel 38. Right, so they're banding around Russia and other China and all that to stand against you, because they're fed up with your shit. They're fed up with dealing with the so-called white man. Even though these Russians, the so-called white people, they're not on the same fucking agenda per se as you Western Edomites, man. All right, the outcast family of the Edomites, these Russians, right? But so they're banding together, even though they're fulfilling the agenda of the end. But the Lord is doing that. The Lord is bringing you down, right? It says, the pride of thy heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Because you're looking on earth, right? You're looking at the people on earth like, yeah, there's nobody. But the Lord, Okay, the Lord is coming. Okay, the Lord is going to use these nations to do great damage against you, man, in terms of the thermonuclear fire. America is going to be destroyed, right? The thermonuclear fire. But the Lord is returning with his angels, his army, right? To proper finish off America, man. Right? And the rest of these heathen kingdoms. Okay, the Lord is coming. He got the power. Okay, but you're so proud that you don't even think that's a possibility. You don't even think the Lord could even do that. Well, fuck around and find out, innit? Alright, so though that thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Right, so that's what's happening. You're being brought down. Okay. Jeremiah 50 verse 23 says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Right, the hammer of the whole earth. Okay, the West, or the Edomites, beginning with America, man, they are oppressors, man. Okay, they've been hammering on these nations for a long time now. And just like the book of Revelation speaks about the whore that sitteth upon many waters, right? They are oppressive force in this earth, man. If you don't play by their books, man, and they find a problem with you, or they want something that you got and you don't want to freely give it up, guess what? You're gonna have problems with them, man. Okay, they're gonna find some bullshit reason to come into your country and take your shit off you, man. Oh, there's terrorists. I mean, whatever the fucking case may be, they'll find some excuse. They'll set up a color revolution, some stupidness, like, and have you all fucked up and replace your leaders and with puppet leaders. They'll fuck with you, man. They'll take advantage of their power. Because the scriptures say that the power is in their hand, right? So I'm sure I had that here. Which one is it? No. Thought I had it here. Not seeing it. Right, power is in their hand. Right, so Micah 2 and verse 1 says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands, right? Esau is in the power seat. Okay, Esau is the end of the world. Esau, okay, the so-called white man, beginning with America, right, is in power. Facts, right? Direct correlation that these Edomites are in rulership, okay? Beginning with these international bankers. Fuck the presidency, right? That's a puppet position. Right, but these bankers, right, using the US as that powerhouse nation, right? Because they're still got the greatest military in the world, so they say, right? It's definitely on the spending tip. They are, spending wise, they are, right? They're still the world's reserve currency, which they still are, right? They still control all of that, right? Foreign affairs, they're still the heads of everything, right? So yeah, you people are in power. You have the power. The power is in your hands, right? So you get to dictate with, to people. You get to force so-called democracy on people, right? You get to sanction people when things are not, people are not doing what you want to do. You're the bully. You're the one with the strength. So you get to tell people what to do. That's not democracy. Who put you in charge, right? So they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away, so that they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Okay, you're nothing but an oppressor in the earth, man. And then, the guy going through examples, man. Speaking about these African nations and these African leaders and whatever, talking about slavery. Which was the Israelites, you Jake, right? Showing you all these examples of this hypocrisy. But you're meant to be the beacon of light in the world, and everybody should follow you and respect you. What for? What the fuck have you done? Grab that first. John 10 and 10 says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill. Esau the thief. He's stolen all these lands, stolen all these resources, and killed a bunch of people doing it. None of this stuff belongs to him. The land of America don't belong to him. That belonged to the Native Americans, man. The tribe of Gad, the tribe of Reuben, right? South America, tribes Zebulon and Asher. Okay, Mexico, tribe of Issachar, they belong to those people, man. Stole it, killed them off, put them in reservations and in favelas, drove them out, made them poor. Okay, saying what he's done in Africa, saying what he's done in all these fucking countries, man. Been to China, he's been everywhere, man. Doing the same shit. It says the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and destroy, and I come that they might have life, that they might have it more abundantly. All right. Boom. Habakkuk 2 and 5 says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, his philosophies, right? The democracy is part of his philosophy, right? All these different ideologies that he runs on, right? That's his wine. Right? It says he is a proud man. Esau's hella proud. He thinks he's the great. He thinks he's the GOAT. He thinks he's the greatest of all time, and ain't no one ever been like him, man. He just so intelligent, so wise, so strong, so mighty, so wealthy. You know, no one compared to him. He's the best, right? That's how he feels. That these other nations shouldn't be able to talk shit to him ever. Just come and blow you up, man. Steal your shit. You know, it's been like that for a long time. This is he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Because where is his home? Land of Edom. Right, but you're really not gonna find a so-called white man down there. You don't want nothing to do with that land, man. You don't want to be associated with Edomites, right? That's why these vocab and Brown, Dr. Brown, all these Edomites, they don't want to talk about that, man. They want to pass that name on to somebody else. Anybody but them. They're running from that name, just like Cain running, right? That's why you're spiritual Cain. You're a fugitive. You don't want nothing to do with the land of Edom. Anything that connects you to Edom, you don't want nothing to do with it, right? That's why you're everywhere else in the world, claiming you're everybody else in the world. Oh, I'm South African. Oh, I'm Australian. Oh, I'm British. Oh, I'm American. You know what I mean? That's what you do. That's what you do, man. Same with the Greeks and the Romans. You usurp those titles. But anyway, it says he who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death. Right? Everywhere he goes, he brings death. Okay? So, and he cannot be satisfied, right? And as death, he cannot be satisfied. He doesn't stop. And the WEF made that clear. You will own nothing. And they lie about the happiness part. But the point is that you will own nothing. They don't want you to have anything. They want everything. These elites want everything and want you to have nothing. They don't want you to have land. They don't want you to have homes. You'll live in the house, but it won't be yours. Or a flat. Or a box. Like these Ammonites these Ammonites do live in boxes. They don't want you to own anything, right? They want it all for themselves, man. That's why there is hell and cannot be satisfied, man. They just want everything. They're too greedy, they're too covetous. And that's why Esau's everywhere. It's never been enough for him to have his plot, his inheritance that was given to him by the Lord. Okay, the land of Eden was never enough. He want our land, he want their land, he want everything on it. He don't even want you to fucking live. To him, you're eating too much fucking food. You know what I'm saying? He don't even want you to fucking eat. He's gonna give you fucking bugs to snack on and fucking synthesized meat. But anyway, it says, cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people, right? So this devil, he won't leave people alone, man. Like, he ain't here where this guy is, man. Like, he fucked up Africa already, but he ain't there. Like, he let these other puppet leaders run that place, man. He ain't there, but he won't leave nobody alone. He wants everybody under his influence, under his way of thinking, under his control. That's what he wants. You don't want to be left. You don't want to leave alone nobody. It says, he if unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, because they despise him, right? He make him despised among the heathen. Shall not he take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. None of this is yours. You elites, none of this is yours, man. Take your ass back down to the land of Eden, man. And and start again. Start over, man. Mind your shit. You know? That's a dead ass place anyway. That's why you ain't there. But yeah, everything else in the world you stole, it don't belong to you. Right? So yeah, no doubt these nations are angry with you, man. That they despise you. We all despise you. The whole world really despise you, man. Even your own fucking people, you know, your own Edomite nations despise you, man. Because beginning of America, you pompous as hell, isn't it? You know, it pisses them off because they're not the ones in the power. Because obviously, if you're in power, you get to be like that, I guess. You know, because all these Edomites would do the same if they were in the same position. All right, but they ain't. So they're sick and tired, dancing to your tune. I.e. France right now. Men are like, we need to kind of peel off America and do deals that benefit us. And so men are shaking hands with Xi Jinping from China, right? And obviously that's not going to go down well in America. You're meant to be allies of America, right? And China is no friend of America. So what's that saying? Enemy of my enemy is my friend. But they're gonna look at you like a fucking enemy, man. You're a traitor because you're siding with the enemy. But whatever. That's all part of prophecy too. That's why these other nations, these European nations, these NATO nations, they're gonna fire their missiles on America too, man. That's all part of prophecy. All right. It says, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? How long is he gonna? How long is this gonna last? How long is it gonna be like this? Well, we read earlier that the joy of the hypocrite, is but for a moment. So, and Revelation 12:12 says, devil cometh down with great wrath because if you have but a short time. Okay, this devil has not got much time to rule. His season, these little seasons are almost up. Okay, it says, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, debt. The word of clay is debt. I believe it's Batya, right? It's debt, and we already know the amount of debt that America's in. It's incomprehensible, right? Yeah, right. Trillions, right? We know. And like I said, everything that they got is stolen, right? So they have great debt, blood debt too. They shed the blood of the saints. Okay, in the translated slave trade, right? And it continues on, since then. The shedding of the blood of the saints, So you got much debt that you can't possibly pay off, man. And that's why you're gonna end up just being destroyed. All right, it says verse 7, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and await that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. Right, these nations are gonna rise up against you, man, because you've been taking the piss. You've been abusing your power, your authority in the earth, your status in the earth. Right, so they can't wait when the opportunity arises, which is the Lord just putting the spirit upon them. The Lord is making you look weak, and the Lord is raising the tensions up, man, as we read in Obadiah, to rise up, in war against you. Right, it says because thou hast spoiled many nations, and this is what the guy is talking about. He spoiled many nations, right? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and all of them that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth at evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Right? You're trying to give yourself security, right, by taking from everybody else, by putting everybody else in a low position. All right. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. The stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. Right, and that's how Esau established himself everywhere in the earth. Right, so it's all gonna go. All right. That's the point, right? So let's see the next one. Isaiah 14:6, right? It says he jump up. verse 4, right? So thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, okay, which is America, and say, how have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? Okay, America's that golden nation, that pinnacle nation, right? The mightiest and the wealthiest and blah 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 blah, right? Not for much longer though. The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepters of the rulers, okay, their power, their might, their authority, right? It says he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. Okay, he ain't done nothing but oppress people, man, since he's been in power. All right. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Okay, ain't no one gonna come and step in to save you. Okay, everyone's gonna be down with it. All these nations, man. You know, the only people that are gonna be upset about are the merchants, man, because they ain't gonna be making money at America no more. Right? It says, the whole earth is at rest and it is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir tree rejoiced at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feather is come up against us, man. So you disappearing is not only just doing men in the world a favor, it's doing life in the earth in general a favor. These trees and these animals, man, they're gonna be a hell of a lot better off with Edomites out of power, man. Right? Everything's gonna be better off without you, man. And this is like something that's hard to comprehend with you lot, you Edomites, man. That life would actually be better without you. You're not as important as you think you are, but that's your pride. This is, your pride makes you believe this. So even down to the peon Edomite, he thinks that his people are important. But then the Lord likeneth you to a drop of a bucket of water, man. Insignificant. You are not important. Okay, just like the rest of the heathen, they're not important. Okay, the only important people on this earth are the Lord's children, the Israelites. Okay, you Edomites are not important. You so-called white people are not important, man. The world does not need you. You think you're so great that we need you for your innovations and blah blah blah. You didn't even fucking make half this shit. Okay, Jake come up with a lot of the stuff that this world is built upon, right? But you just you use certain things for wicked agendas and you build wicked things, right? And you think, the mobile phone is a revolutionary thing, but this shit, as convenient as it is, as I'm teaching off it, right? It's convenient, right? But this is not healthy for people, man. This format, this item that we use is not really healthy for us, man. It's doing damage with all the cell phone masks and the G towers and all this kind of stuff, man. They're not good for us, man. It's not good for the environment, for animals and men alike, insects and all of that, right? Everything that is brought into the world is really destructive, man, and imperfect technology. And only a fool brings imperfect technology into the world, man. Right? So when we're in rulership, okay, when we get in the power seat, we're going to make all these things better or do without certain things, man, because certain things are just not meant to be around or things are not needed. Superfluous, right? It's not needed. Just like Esau is not needed, right? We're gonna use you for labor, yeah, and the rest of you even gonna get used for labor. Guess what? We don't need all of you. Esau, he likes people. He likes people making people redundant, right? He don't mind bringing down the axe and sacking bare man. Well, guess what? Esau gonna get sacked off the earth, man. He gonna be permanently severance. Man, gonna get severance, man, no payout. Okay, he's gonna get severed from the earth. Okay, because we will be ones axing the jobs. Okay, we're gonna axe your role in the earth, man. All right, as punishment. Right, but anyway, verse 9 says, hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, which is these other nations, right? Even all the chief ones of the earth, it have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, right? So, like I said, they're going to come against you. All they that shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Are you in the same boat as us now? Because all you nations are going down, all of them, right? So you're all going to get put out your kingdoms, and you ain't gonna have no power, no authority, no say, no nothing, right? You're gonna be made slaves as punishment for the crimes against humanity and crimes against the children of Israel. Okay, this is your crime against humanity, bro. Is against us, right? So you're gonna be punished for that. So you're all going into slavery. And the so-called mighty Edomite, so-called mighty white man, he's gonna be right there along with you, man, in chains. And this is what they're gonna say to you. right? How did you end up where we at? You was up here. You was so way up here. How did you end up down here with us? Right? So you get mocked, you know? So all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. That's where you're going to the ground. You're gonna lick dust off the floor. And the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Right? These Edomites been weakening these nations. That's what the guy is going into. Okay, showing you also that this is speaking about a man and not the spiritual demon Satan. The spiritual demon Satan is not doing that. Okay, he ain't sitting, he ain't ruling these, sitting in these high offices and sending armies anywhere. No, you so-called white people are doing that. Yeah, Satan is spiritually guiding you to do these things, yeah, but you're the ones doing it. Okay, you're the Lucifer, you're the so-called light bearers, beginning with your elites. Right? You're the ones orchestrating all of this. Okay, but you're gonna go down to the ground. Okay, you're gonna fall from your heaven, from your higher place in the earth, right? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Right? So in their heart of hearts, man, they perceive themselves to be gods because they have because of their pride, but because they've garnered so much power and influence and wealth and all this kind of stuff, right? They believe they're untouchable now. They believe they control everything. Because that's been their ambition, to be like the Most High. Right? They think they've achieved that or are about to achieve that. So yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man, not the spirit demon Satan, the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Right? Because that's what this guy's is talking about. He's talking about it. You so-called white people are those men. Or that man, Esau, Edom. Esau's the end of the world. It's you. Everything points to you. You can deny it as much as you want and run away from your 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 lineage, but you can't. You can't escape. You can't escape. Uh, you know the sins of your fathers, man. Which is really just you. All right. You can't escape your curse. You're people of the curse. Anyway, this is that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Got the biggest prison population in the world. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out like a grave, out of thy grave, like an abominable branch, as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Right. So, in the end, you're not gonna have anybody of, well, you're gonna have nobody. No. You're not gonna have nobody, and there's not one of the house of Esau gonna be left remaining. But these other nations, they're gonna be left standing in the end. Okay, so they're gonna have their their heads and all that kind of stuff. So thou shalt be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. That's the crime. That's the crime you're being punished for, and amongst other things. But that's part of the main ones, man. The slaying of our people. Okay, the Israelites. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Right? Because there ain't going to be none of you left. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, right? Like I mentioned, the sins of the fathers. But when you really deep it, or when you understand, reincarnation is, what you understand is that really it's just themselves back in their generations. Everyone's paying for their own crimes just later on in their generations, right? So, you might come back as your great great grandson or whatever, man. But you're paying for your own shit, But on the surface, it appears that people that didn't have nothing to do with some things back then are paying for it now. No, that's not what's happening. Okay, it just appears that way because you don't have understanding. All right. So prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with seeds. Right. So you're not going to have another opportunity like this again. Okay, you got no opportunities going forward. Okay, you're not going to be in power again. Okay, you're not going to build cities again. Okay, you're going to live in the accommodations that we give you, man. Whatever that may be, whatever conditions that may be in. Um, and you know, eventually after you serve your time in punishment, okay, in judgment, right, you're gonna be done away with, man. Right? It says that for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. Cut you all off. I will also make it a possession for the bitten and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, and saith the Lord of hosts, right? And that's America's destruction right there, by thermonuclear fire. All right. Let's see if I've got anything else. I read that. Read that. I think that was it. Yeah, okay. That's all the scriptures I got here. All right, so you know I'm gonna end it there, man. Lord, when it's edifying, you know, and like I say, this is to show the hypocrisy of these Edomites, man, and how they go around the world dictating to people how they should be and what they should be doing. When you ain't been nothing but the devil upon the earth, man. All this talk, man, and you ain't done nothing but fucking wickedness, man. All this fucking smooth talk you're doing, like, oh yeah, you should be doing this and people's rights and this and that. Well, you violated everybody on the earth, man. Like literally, you have violated everybody's rights on the earth, but you're the champion of rights and all this madness, bro. The audacity, right? And you know, like I said, no one's impressed. No one's impressed by you, bro. That's why you got people. Oh, this guy's from Zambia. That's why you got people just talking against you, man, because you're just full of shit. You know, and that's why you need to be destroyed. You know, so you know, with that, I'm gonna say Shalom, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say Shalom.